Good morning. This is Jamal. I'm over here at the Maurice J. Moyer Academic Institute. The future Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy for Boys, the brainchild of my son, Lamar Johnson. I figured I would come down here personally and see my investment, as I am a donator. I've been fortunate to have come across a couple gentlemen who are very, very aware of the school, of the history, and of the community involvement, support, knowledge of the project. And I must say, I'm very happy that I met them. We've spoken for at least an hour, and they've answered my questions in reference to the prior owners, the reason why the school is not operational at the moment, and also the viability of the school for the future. And I have to say, from what I've been told, contrary to popular belief, this may just be a good investment. Now, I haven't been on the inside, but I understand that the inside of these schools, or this school complex, is top notch, which means that even though it's been sitting a while, because of the investment of this school before it got shut down, they have top quality infrastructure. That's what I've been told, that it was an immaculate school before it ended up becoming dysfunctional. And not because of the school itself, the property itself. As you can see, I've seen some videos where people spoke about how bad it looked and how it needs to get cleaned up. And from what I see from the outside, that's true. You can see the debris around, but that's no big deal. I mean, the bottom line is, according to people who live here, not someone who just went online, not hearsay, but from people who live here, born, raised in this area, and are at least my age. So they've seen the beginning, the middle, and the end of this school and what it's about. They give it high ratings. Now, we're talking about the building. We're not talking about necessarily the administrators who were here. So I would have to say that based on their suggestion, it seems like this may be just quite a good investment. Now, there are other things that are pretty questionable that we've all read and seen. I can't really speak on those. I'm speaking about the investment and how it comes to be. I'm talking about the further solicitation for additional monies, all those administrative type things. I don't know anything about it. I can't speak on it. But I can say that from talking to these gentlemen, that this school can be a great advantage to whoever acquires it if they are competent enough to keep it going. That's what I was told. It's a steal. It's a steal is what I was told. And like I said, I can't get inside, but they have assured me And they told me how the school was funded. And that's why the inside structure and necessities are top notch. Top notch. It's a pretty large campus, as you can see. I've been through the back, through the front, coming around the back now. So far, I've only seen one window that has been knocked out, which could lead access to people if they want to squeeze through that small window. Other than that, it seems like it's pretty secured, closed up. I asked them if they thought the internal plumbing was still there. They said they did. They said, again, they said the school was immaculate. It was not the school itself that was at fault. It was the people who unfortunately originated it. And like I said, I got the internal, firsthand accounts of what happened with the school, why it's not running now, and I got the internal accounts as to whether this school could be viable for the future for the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy for Black Boys. Now, I've asked them if they were aware of the school in reference to what's being proposed, and one of them was, the other one said he hadn't heard anything about it. But the bottom line is, they both agree that if it's maintained and managed correctly, that this is definitely a great investment for the future of anybody who wants to train children. But they say the thing is, you don't want to waste it. This is a gem. You don't want to waste it. But as you can see from me walking around, the school is still together. You know, even without people operating the school right now, it frankly looks pretty nice. I mean, contrary to what I've seen on the internet. And I don't know what else can be said. I'm not going to prolong this. My goal was to come down and see my investment, as everyone else should be able to do, and see if all the hoopla was worth it. And I'm so glad that I met the people that I met, and that they've told me what they've told me, so I know that my investment has been wise. Now, whether it's managed that way, whether we make this thing what it should be, whether the mission is understood and plainly outlined to everybody, that's going to probably be something different. But I'm comfortable now knowing that this is where my money went, but I still want transparency of the money. Please don't let me minimize that. I don't know how much this costs. I don't know how much more is needed. But if the insides are as good as I've been told, it may not even need what some people may be thinking in reference to monetary necessities. So this is Jamal, Wilmington, Delaware, at the future site of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy for Boys. Signing off.